Hey kiddos, welcome to day 2 of measurement. This ruler should be familiar because we talked about it yesterday, that the bigger line in between the two little lines is called a ½ inch. And we know that there is a ½ inch in between all of these. So this is 1.5 and this is 2.5. Okay, so we learned that those lines are called a half. Today we're going to be learning something a little bit different. So those little lines also have a name. Okay, there's a little line before the half, and there is a little line after the half. Okay, do you see that? There's a little line before and there's a little line after. All of those have special names. So there's a name for the one that is before and there is a name for the one that is after. The one that is before is called a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, that's called a 1/4. And then the one after a half is called 3/4. Okay, so it goes a 1/4, a half, 3/4, 1, a 1/4, a half, 3/4, 2, a 1/4, a half, 3/4, 3, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. So it just keeps repeating itself. So you have to memorize that little song I sang. So we say, sing it with me, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. Then it goes again, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. Now, if you land right here at a 1/4, it's 1 and a 1/4. Or if I land here and I land right at this dot, it's 2 and a 1/4. So if I sing my song, and let's say that I land right here, I say a 1/4, a half, 3/4. 3, it's 3 and 3/4. So let's say that I land right here. What would that be? A 1/4, it's 5 and a 1/4. What if I land right here? I go a 1/4, a half, 3/4. So it's 8 and 3/4. Let's sing that song again. A 1/4, a half, 3/4. Again, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. One more time, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. So that would help us measure. Now, if you could please get out your ruler that you have with you at home, and let's go ahead and look at this ruler. So our ruler here is the exact same way. Notice that I have 3 lines before I get to 1. There is a big line in the middle, and we learned that that is a half. So these little lines are our new measures. A 1/4, a half, 3/4. Again, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. So if I'm right here and I land here, it would be a 1/4, a half, 3/4. 3 and 3/4. Okay? What if I land right here? Well, let's look. A 1/4, a half. So it would be 6 and a half. Let's look right here. What if I land right here? Let's sing our song. A 1/4. So it would be 8 and a 1/4. Okay? So it goes a 1/4, a half, 3/4. A 1/4, a half, 3/4. Again, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. One more time, a 1/4, a half, 3/4. All right, kiddos, we're going to go ahead and measure some papers. Now you have 2 of these papers that say measuring to the 1/4 of an inch. Okay, this one says measuring to a 1/4 of an inch. This one does not. You should have both of those papers in your packets. Let's go ahead and get out the one that actually has the writing that says 10.6 day 2, and it says to the 4th inch. Go ahead and let's get that out. All right, we're going to go ahead and measure. Remember, we always use the red side of the ruler if we're measuring in inches. We never use the blue side because the blue side is centimeters or millimeters. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So make sure you put your ruler right at that line. And what did we get, kiddos? Well, let's look. It's right at the 1. If it's right at a big number, we just use that number. So that one is at 1. So on our first line here, right here, we're going to write 1 inch. Remember that you have a label. Make sure that it says IN period. That stands for inches. All right, let's sing our song for review. Ready? A fourth, a half, 3/4. One more time. A fourth, a half, 3/4. All right, kiddos, let's measure that line. Put your ruler right at the edge. All right, do you see that it's hitting this line right here? All right, so we have to sing our song. Our first part of our song hits here. We will not stop until we hit this line. Are you ready? A fourth, a half, 3/4. So it is 2. You have to go back to that big number. 2 and a fourth, a half, 3/4. So it is big number 2. And then we write 3/4, 3/4. We also need to write inches. Okay? All right, let's measure our next one. Put it down here. All right. Well, it's not at a big number, so let's sing our song. A fourth, a half. So it is at a half. So I am going to write on my line, no big number. I am just going to write ½ inch. All right, let's move on to the next one. Put your ruler on the line. Measure it real nice there. All right, it is landing right here. Okay, notice my big numbers is between my 1 and my 2. It might help us to write our big number first. So it always goes back to my big number, a 1. So let's write that on our line. So it's a big number 1. And then let's sing our song. Are you ready? Here we go. A fourth, a half, 3/4. Again, a fourth, a half, 3/4. So it's 1 and 3/4. All right, kiddos, let's go ahead. Oh, we forgot. We can't forget to write inches. All right, let's do another one. Line that up nice and neat. All right, what's our big number? So it's in between the 5 and the 6. What's our big number? We always go back. It goes to a 5. So our big number is a 5. All right, now we're going to sing our song, okay? And we can't stop until we hit this mark right here. Okay, you ready? So we're not going to start at the 5 on our song. We start on the mark right after the 5. Ready? A fourth, a half, 3/4. So put that in and write inch. All right, let's do our next one. Move your ruler down. Oh, look at this one. That's hitting right on that big number. What's our big number? It is 3. We don't have any of the extra lines, so we can just write 3 inch. All right, let's go to our next one. All right, so it's between the 0 and the 1. If it is 0, we don't write 0, okay? So you don't have to write a big 0. So we have to start at our lines. We don't start at the one that says 0. We start here when we sing our song. Ready? A fourth, a half, 3/4. Let's sing it again. A fourth, a half, 3/4. So it is at 3/4. And we must remember to write inch. Okay? All right, let's mark this one. Where's that one land? That one's landing right at that big number, so that one's not hard. That one's going to be right at that 6, kiddos, so that one is 6 inches. Okay? All right, let's get our next paper out here. So our next paper looks almost exactly like it. The difference is it does say date 10.6, day 2, but it doesn't say to the nearest 4th inch, but we are going to be measuring the same way. All right, kiddos, let's sing our song before we start. Remember, we don't start at a big number. We start at the line right beside the big number, okay? A fourth, a half, 3/4. Let's do it again. A fourth, a half, 3/4. One more time. A fourth, a half, 3/4. All right, kiddos, let's go ahead and measure this here. All right. What do we think on that one? All right, so we're not at a big number, so we're not at a 1 or a 2, so we can't write a big number. It falls right about here. So let's sing our song. Are you ready? 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. That one is right at 3/4. Let's write that in. So I'm going to write 3/4 inch. All right, kiddos. Let's do our next one. Oh, this is an itty bitty one. Let's look. All right, it's between 0 and 1. We don't need to write a big number because if it's 0, we don't write a big number, okay? All right, let's sing our song. Ready? 1/4. It is at a 1/4, so we will mark 1/4, and then we will write inch. All right, let's measure our next one. That one's kind of tricky. On this one, kiddos, I would accept 2 answers here because it's so close. It's so close. All right, so I would do 2 inches is where I would mark that one. I would do a full number 2. So 2 and then inch. All right, kiddos, let's do another one. Mark it. What would you say on that one? Well, let's do our big number first. 1 or 2. I would say a big number 1. So write a big number 1. And then let's sing our song. Remember, we sing our song right after the big number. So here's our big number. We're going to sing it right after. Ready? 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. I would say it's 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4 there, kiddos. And then write inch. All right, let's try our next one. Oh, I wish these were hitting on there a little bit better, but that's okay. All right, what's our big number? So it's in between the 2 and the 3. So what's our big number? Our big number is 2. All right, let's see here. You ready? 1/4. I would say it's a 1/4. So it's 2 and a 1/4. And then write the word inch. All right, let's measure our next one. Put your ruler right at the edge there. All right, what big numbers? It's between the 5 and the 6. So we go to the 5. Let's write that in. We go to the 5. Now let's sing our song, and it's closest to this one here. Okay? Let's sing our song. Ready? 1/4, 1/2. It's at a 1/2. So it's 5 1/2 inch. All right, kiddos, let's do this one. Oh, that one's easy. That one's easy. That one's right at 4. That's an easy one. They gave us an easy one there. So let's mark 4. All right, let's do our last one for today. All right, kiddos. I would say it's close to right here. So it's between the 1 and the 2. What's our big number? We always go back, just like telling time. It's a 1. And then let's sing our song. You ready? You got to start at the line right after the 1. 1/4, 1/2. So it is a 1/2 inch. All right, kiddos, you're going to watch another video taught by another teacher, and she'll kind of put together the 1/2 inches and the 1/4 inches together. Remember our song. Even if another teacher teaches it a little bit differently, it can be super helpful for you to sing the song. So remember, it goes 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. One more time. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. All right, kiddos, good luck on your paper for a grade.